Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Any side way with listeners than they around the world. Um, Listener Mohammed Shyllon coming to una from the USA. I get co-hosting with me today, July 28th, 2024. Mr. Jallo Jamboria, we reside, will tap, will live na Norway. So when I know say he don't need any introduction because he is on a variety of shows on VOS as well as on other networks. And I need not remind you now for say one of the reasons why when I go see Mr. Jamboria on so many shows and some other networks, that's because he has so much for share with we and the rest of the world. We usually, this is what VOS is interested in. We just want for uh, spread ideas, knowledge, raise questions, make suggestions as to how for improve with society, particularly Australian Usawakomot. So we always they encourage people them for call we, for come up with ideas. So and sometimes we may make references to government and things back home. So it should not be viewed strictly because, and sometimes the comments could be a little critical of management, of government, of the one that were in charge, but that never be viewed that the broadcasting itself is in the nature of trying to criticize. But we have to point out certain things then. So today, our main topic could be the rains, what would they get? We don't say we get dry season and rain season, but we see the rain that cause more damage now in Sierra Leone than ever before. Will they get the same amount of rain, or maybe not the same amount of rain, but we would all get used to the fact that rain they come in Sierra Leone. But waiting to happen now, we see more damage with the rain they cause, and we want to be able through Mr. Jamboria for talk extensively about why the rain they cause so much damage now than before. Even when we get more back home, they can say tunnels, concrete house them because we don't begin first with the bill bulldoze them with the bill host them that are much weaker in stature and them to survive the rain. So why them bills they need them to survive the rain, but now we will get heavy concrete houses them, their house then they roll more the slide under them. So Mr. Jamboria will help you for let we understand. Once upon a time, not too long ago, we did get a geologist on the show. We may get for invite him again and for let him come for can explain to we what in happen. Because again, some of we always take the position that in Sierra Leone, we know they usually, and this is a government after government after government. Governments are more interested in doing favors to them, friends them. And because of that, they know they appoint the right people in the right position. So I remember we'll get this geologist. He give you some idea how then to go around them, and then the geologist say, and NCSF say something Mr. Jamboria will touch on that for the build more houses at the plateau, meaning the level place them, than on the mountains, the hilly areas there. So this man a geologist, and he explained to me why that should be so, and how by we just to go up on the hills at the mountainous area them, like this grafting area will go show uh, erosion, meaning how water, the damage, the ground, they make trees then they for them, and others infrastructure then they for them. So we'll go talk about all of that. But let me not forget for let you know, say, usually for start with program, we can always get series of numbers they won't want let people then get, just in case they want for call in. So their numbers then we know say, we always can say there is one universal number. Let me start with that. And the WhatsApp number. Universal meaning anywhere you're there in the world, if you want to reach we and you don't have to pay for the phone call, you use with WhatsApp number, which is 1-343-997-5828. The 1-343-997-5828. That number there, if you call them, no matter what side in the world, Sierra Leone, Turkey, Alaska, Siberia, you were able for reach we if you get anything. The other thing I want to remind people about, which we listeners they know, but it's good for always remind people. This show, a live show. So if you call in, we'll go hear you on the show when we take you on the line for ask question. So that's one. And two, if you're not calling, you can send written commentaries them or questions them. Where if we see them questions and we will try for answer them for now. So the WhatsApp number is the main number. If you're in North America, we always try to remind people them saying that Mexico, Canada, and the United States, as far as our coverage is concerned. If you call from North America, you get what you call toll free, meaning you don't have to pay for that either. So you don't necessarily get to use WhatsApp. WhatsApp give you option, but you can use this toll free when at 1-866-944-7722. 1-866-944-7722. Now, if you're in North America, if you call from England, you get number also where you not get for pay, particularly if you come from the London area. Where now plus the sign plus 44 2080891455 plus 44 2080891455. Likewise, if you call from Australia, then self get number what different from the other numbers that I don't mention. But if you're Australia, you were able to call from plus 61 29 09 84 337 plus 61 29 09 84 337. Okay, in addition to that, we get a radio station at Freetown, 91.9 FM. Where if you want for listen, you want for catch on, you know, there before you computer, you know, there before you, or you know, get your phone with you for look and see and participate. You can listen through the radio station 91.9 FM. Forget that. You go now the VOS television mobile app, download them, and you can go to the Google Play Store and the Apple Play Store for download the VOS app. Will for be able for catch the radio station for broadcast or for catch up with the broadcasting. And in addition to that, then they carry we na Facebook, and they carry we na YouTube. As we speak, YouTube might be doing it live, or shortly thereafter we broadcast. You will see on YouTube if you go on YouTube, and then Instagram. So with that said, let I pass on over to my co-host, Mr. Jallo Jamboria. Of course, I don't tell when I say the main topic today will be the heavy rainfall as well as the president in town hall meeting will take place recently. So we just put under the general heading of trending topics in Sierra Leone, politics and governance. So feel free, folks. The lines will be open as even from now, but no call before we comment. Let me say something before you call. But the lines are open. From time to time, I will remind you now about the lines being open. But feel free for call. And let us remind you again for say we get 3 minutes limit 3 minutes. So any question you get, any statement you want to make sure say you get them so comprehensively put together that you should be able to say what you want to say in 3 minutes. Otherwise, a buzzer will come on for notify you because sometimes there are times, depending on how deep you are into your thought, when you talk, you might forget. 3 minutes might go fast. So the buzzer will come and remind you for say your time is up. When that buzzer they come up, then you only get 15 seconds, which is very short for wrap up. And if you're not able to do that, just let we know, say you will come back, you will stop there. But I'm always very impressed by the fact that people that follow that rule, they very few people they call uh there's one for talk on and on and on. Not this not for enable other people that were there on hold, not for they on hold too long at the lines. So please, you guys have been doing very well with respect to that, not for talk past the 3 minutes. So when you begin for talk, just remember that. Now for the other person where they after you, where they wait. Okay? So I'll pass on over to my co-host. Mr. Jamboria, over to you, sir.
Yes, thank you. Fambul una kushe una kabo. The piaria for maminu. Bondesha. Awana. We go can discuss today some things them and I believe say we therefore begin look at what in the cause this thing, how dangerous it done they become, and what in we for do now. Because if we not take action now, nobody know they wish them, but something dangerous is going to happen in Freetown within the next 5 years. Very dangerous. But I go stop there for now until we reach to the topic.
Okay. So for start the rainfall issue, we will ask we control room for play one or two videos them where some of them and find and this is another thing I find out for say and it's understandable. Sometimes we were there abroad we they see more things them than when we they back home because people then so engaging in daily lives and we more into sharing social occurrences around the world. We were there abroad. Oh, see something if it happen in Australia, it happen in Canada, it happen in Norway, we go send them, me go send to Mr. Jamboria, go send to this, let's go. But back home I found out for say people are not so much into that. A lot we do get things from home, but the vast majority of people, and when you send these things, say, "Oh, Savage Street Bridge for them," they say, "What? I don't know that." So they can get more information from it. Just show how the world will come close together. So we therefore we will play video. Some of them would not see or don't hear it, but then eventually, but some of them may not. Where they listen may not know say this thing is this damage they even caused now Freetown. So we'll play them, then we will comment on that, on the rain and the damage with the rain they cause. Okay?
FCO, si problem. Pamboule una si trouble this na bien na Miami by the bridge, Miami Bridge for go grafting. Na de the hill don cut so. Do the water with the candle. Do the water they come up the hill by Cemetery Road, Orogu Cemetery Road. Na de all this water they come on so. The poor teacher who don't retire. The also a bill for managing life. Na don so today. Papa government, we need you swift respond. Papa government can't we aid. Let you can seek we own interest. Look the stone panta people us. Now God now he say nobody know for die day. Poor teacher, we don't retire, and don't get money again. Already suffer for all years. Now don't go so within twinkle of an eye. This place they back and Miami Bridge. Now the bridge. Now this place the Miami Bridge. Back up. Papa government, see you. We were the down Miami Bridge, see how they suffer. Cemetery Road. Where therefore able to make drainage up Cemetery Road. They know able to make drainage up Cemetery Road. They know able to make drainage. The water all where they come up Cemetery Road where they can empty na Orogu Miami Bridge. Now no cause damage so. Now no cause damage so. Now God in blessing. Where you no kill today. A poor teacher, we don't serve this government, we don't work for Sierra Leone. All is suffering, already don't suffer for years. Now don't go so within twinkle of an eye. Papa government come to we aid. Now Miami come to we aid Orogu. See the disaster, what do happen today? See the disaster, what do happen?
Wow. So this way happens to anybody die?
No, not there, Papa, because
You look like you don't left,
not this quick, no. At 4 o'clock this video happen. The place with the crack on the ground.
Hey.
The line. A line between me.
4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
That lady go with me. So everything is on the crack. And they all grab, so then they see them.
Hey. They don't make it see.
I think it is simple. Not to say
Lord have mercy. So how many approximately how many houses in India?
that the other one, these are 2, and the other 3, the other 4, 5 the other. The last the other.
6.
Yes.
Hey. So then this dust go down. And you see now what are the commander so let now sink if you don't absorb. Yeah, if you don't absorb, yeah. Hey. And this now loose soil. This now soft what's in the corner. I don't know because you don't know. Lord have mercy.
All right. So when I do see the damage where they cause, and this is now one of many damages, not to just this particular incident alone. There are instances, I don't know if the control room get another one where we can show where in addition to this one, for make sure say we just make people know, but there are plenty damage. The way the rain they bring now, where of course people and they say, oh, the rain is heavy now, but my co-host will tell them and say the rain has always been heavy. Now the damage where they cause now, and I make it look like for say the rain heavy now than before, because of for many reasons where me and Ingo deal with or bring up, and for again not to try for cast blame. So to me, there is a thing what you call foreseeability. Meaning you can foresee some damage where certain action or non-action will cause certain activity, or inactivity will cause just the damage. You can see them coming. And so, okay, we can't put everything on government. We too, the ordinary people, then will get some degree of responsibility. If we, but yes, I agree with one way to put the problem most on the shoulder of government, because government need to come up with very good policies then. Way for stop with practices of soil erosion. For instance, we don't say we get a lot, we cut a lot of trees. Some of the trees here, we cut trees for make coal. We cut trees for build hose. There are certain, we cut trees for make fence. So we deplete, we deforest with greenery quite a lot. And some of them they're intention out of necessity. We not move into from cutting less trees to creating more facility for people and for do otherwise. It's a complicated problem. So we just feel say government get a role, but we self get we own role. we will not, if we not take permits for go build house, they will go build house. Usai tomorrow, water go run come and kind of Upala. That's another thing. As a matter of fact, we'll get a situation where Connaught Hospital, whether they will say this all this time, will not be the flood. I think we'll get a video we'll play later on. Connaught Hospital now, water they come inside now some of the ward. At a certain level, the water they come right in. You know, so all this now from the erosion where they take place. So not to say you go for the up the mountain there. So houses they wouldn't at the flat place themselves they begin to get affected because of the heavy water where they come. So, but I will make Mr. Jamboria talk more about that because he get a good understanding, a better understanding that I do in terms of why it is happening this way, and some suggestions then as to how we could go about stopping the incident there, and what you can suggest to government for get the right people and put the right policy in place. Because that video they will just listen with every person, hey, now God no more, now God help you, the poor teacher, this and that. But God don't put certain power in our own hand, where we just kind of blame them for things that will not go right all the time. The poor teacher, I don't know whether say that area they where building house, that this thing could happen. I don't know. But if you know that, or if you know better, I do them, because government allow them to do that, that's what you call in law assumption of risk. He assume the risk, he take the risk, and it cost them heavily. Remember years ago when there was a mudslide, there was a minister who in fact became a victim of that, with some expensive house and say, but they'll go build all the way up Naman Sugarloaf. Now one of the hosts them slide down, come down the hill. So this is where I blame government. This is where we try to destroy the infrastructure with the white people and left we, or instead of we improve them, instead of we build them. So Freetown is a huge area, it gets several mountains and this and that. But we can't forget regulation and we can't forget restrictions. People cannot be free for build anyhow, anywhere, and government begin to stop this practice. For people and for building any area where infrastructure not there, like light, like like electricity, like water, like gutters. I think if we can get that combination there before a place become livable, government will put the necessary survival infrastructure. Maybe a new housing code of that type they go help with. But let me turn over to Mr. Jamboria, who knows, like I said, a whole lot more than I do. So, Mr. Jamboria, next to you.
I don't understand what happened in Salon people. When I see this also the person in Bilia, it's what I don't cover. The window, the domoto, all long shrink candle, don't bear. You just see a flooding area, see this other house where water finish. You just see this a flooding area, no go area. You they come back, you build, you risk your life, risk your family their life. This upline where most of food all left. Say pow for can free ton. I know Yagbawi. See the water here. Where water flop there. You dey bail. They were ready. Not so you been can build trade na you. They were ready with something happen. Papa government not be cover can hold you now. Not so Papa government can show you. Not so Papa government can hold you. Say can build. You can build. Use that money way for the upline. Wait for buy land. When I next to nothing say they can for Kande and Salon. Free tour. It's on free. See flooding. See life. People are inside the hostel. All water there right now. Come on, they bail. You know what else? So Papa government big you. So to two left. Stay to two left hand. Come. Can be. Say don't see free land. Now the sufferness na in this. And the sufferness na in this. Can you imagine? See where people and they suffer. Can you imagine? Me not in the morning. Me not this house. When I watch this house kill. If what man inside they live. Look this other one. This house here This front stage don't spoil. Now the person use that for normally no go. He can use the back door. Say power for little. Can you imagine? Slump area. I don't know how them people are they live here. How now they live. Ah, Papa God, so that's the area then there. This well. Government no take account na now. I wanna feel left foot na see. Even if na rent you current self bang. I rent you current. For no decide where they rent. Look. That house they are they see this house this is a damp no good no bad but Paola they check out a man they inside it because of the water. You need to able block water. Water na two you need to able block. You need to stop them. And they cause disaster. Now they take out all Nakaya. Suicide water they come under pole. Yeah. They count full force. Suicide water they come on. Full force up the hill. They come all this way back. They come all the Glenn see. Eh? Can you imagine? You know how they reach their life. Water care them go just now. They say if they play. I mean also na risky they risky life so. For example, look at it affects the water they fetter. It affects the water they fetter. It depends the water. When die just now they say don't die. And the water na can go water when they run you know. The water na you only they run. The whole fish they say they go and find fish then they go and swim. Could you imagine? It's life not so bad. Then they say the whole other one. The people and they see that oh. And then stop them by this water oh. And they all bang and they go and find fish. They go and find fish. Voila. Fish go against you now to my family there. I fish when they go and find fish. They on that day for the go and find fish. You grand in the bread up the pan. But now the leak no more now.
Ambula, I think we don't see a lot of videos. But I want to look at this from another angle. This problem na freedom not come by accident. Na people then create them. Whether the people then they in government now, whether then they in the diaspora, whether then they Sierra Leone, now people create this problem. And we create this problem because we Sierra Leoneans, they refuse for land. We dey curse we self by refusing knowledge. Una say una dey pray. Una religious scriptures and they tell una say, go in search of knowledge. But una not defend the correct knowledge for live normal life. Freetown Peninsula, then hills the way una dey see na Freetown. We take them from Usai Freetown, they take go Waterloo. Usai end. You go on the other side to Tumbo area. You go to Sameltong. You go to Benguma and those places. Now a place where all the rock where they na ironstone. You get other rocks them, of course. You get other rocks. And some of the other rocks here give we other minerals them. Like platinum. Now few Sierra Leoneans know say platinum they na that hill there. And I'll tell you say then they mine and secretly now as they talk so. That's how I call Black Johnson platinum then they mine there. The basic rock within that Freetown Peninsula. Now ironstone as we they call them locally. And geology then they call them granite. granite. When they talk about granite, through now the billows then a salon. But when I don't know say that small stone not in the granite. Now the bulk of rock we from the Freetown Peninsula. Now in a granite. And granite now a form of rock where they call igneous rock. Where the mineral where they panam now basically iron with aluminium. Granite rock consists of basically ferric and alumina oxide. Then you get other crystals them working there with them. The kind rock they, when you expose them to weather, you expose them to sunlight, to water, to humidity. The rock they rotting, rock stone they rotting. And when it rotting, the aluminium they show, the iron they show. Now I make you see the whole of Freetown outside the accident here they be now brown or red dirty they see. Now the aluminium na boku, the aluminium component na boku panda stone de. When you say aluminium stone boku, it mixed with small of iron stone. When it rot into a stage, what in the form na clay. The clay na in the underneath, the sand and the rock they pan top. Then forest stone I don't pull na the hills for billows. All my one billows na salon. Na in they cause the trouble so today. Until the rain change. That rain followed in the car 1960, 1970, 1980. Now the same rain they come today. But now, because we don't remove the forest cover from the hills, that part being in a Freetown from 2,500 feet above sea level upwards. Now the area where they know they allow people for cut teeth. See the old man don't go below na the areas then they. So now don't assist the rock for rotting. And when the rock rotting, when the rain come, the rain not get nothing where they hold the rock again. This brown rock down brown dot you na see, that iron stone don't rotting so. They don't turn to brown dotty. Underneath this iron stone, clay you defend. And clay, that's something where water so come, it become elastic, flexible. So imagine say you get house pantap clay. The house we sit up on this brown dirty, but let's say about 5 or 10 feet, or even 15 to 20 feet below, you get clay. If you go build 3-story house on that kind of condition, heavy water come. When the clay door elastic, the house they can't down. Nothing not they stop that, the house they can't down. Now while I go back, so let's stop the video quick on the other side. Come back a bit with the video. I want to show them the clay component where they on the other side. No, come forward a little bit. Forward a little bit. When I see on this other side now, outside like water the flow, you find out say the color of the dirty they look light gray. That is clay. When igneous rock or ironstone rotting, after I don't come off from the stage of the brown, dirty, and iron component, it form what they call clay. Clay na kaolinite. And this clay, where water so come, it is soft, it expand. This na the danger where people don't go expose themselves to na salon. because now then do and by willful, the one they will go build up them hills, assisted by a non-functioning government department. And this process where they look at, not all the stone they rot in together, I turn to that brown dirty. You must get half them where the rest were not rotting. So when rain come, then half rock, when a brown rock, what in they happen? The water, the speed way they carry it, they bring a condom. They bring a condom. Anybody will do basic general science na school for no say, any object where they come down, where they fall down, if they go at 10 meters per second. If that water they flow over the land, they come downhill. Depending on the gradient, it can go from 10 meters per second to even 20 meters per second speed. And the more the water they come, now so the volume of the water they increase. Now they cause all this problem. Yes, Salon people, you know they help on yourself. You know they help on yourself. Everything you know they do by guesswork. So them been tell una say learning is better than silver and gold. Una say na lie. The silver and gold una not sabia. The learning una not try forget. Nine the Hamburg we so today. Nine the Hamburg we so today. And if una watch, everybody let take notes. From 2000 to now, because now after 2000, now people then begin build up the hills them. From 2000 to now, if you now observe the rate of landslide on small scales don't they increase. If they tell you say the rock don't they rotting, the clay content underneath don't they increase. Some rocks then team up, houses then team up on slopes na the hill. So anytime we rain can now, Lord God save another masibode. God save another masibode. If Sierra Leone not take action now for stop this thing where they happen, in the next 5 years, half of Freetown will fall down through landslide. I know wish but it's a definite process that is going to happen. Because we not respect nature, we not study for understand say if I do this wrong, if I do that wrong. The other thing is, when people it's bad for billows na hill, but why don't billows na hill? You for know the structure, the rock structure with it. Just like when they go billows na place, you for know what how the ground strong. If you go below suicide sand boku, the foundation way they make get for be different from where the billows usai iron stone day. And usai sand boku, you know go build skyscraper day. The tallest building you go build usai sand boku maybe in a 10 stories. I make if you don't know sabi Banjul. If you go Banjul, you know they meet any building they will reach 20 story. Because Banjul is a sandy place. Then they build according to the topography of the place. The winner Sierra Leone, that will don't come up and fail. All man they build. But we therefore ask this question. Who are the people building houses on the hillsides? We may want to blame politicians. Yes, they are not doing their jobs. Some of them are building on the hillsides. But let's begin be honest with ourselves. Let us the way then they build. Look at the cost of the houses then they would get money for building type houses. No, that's not they na diaspora. Can we na diaspora? Some of who don't can diaspora for can work like slave, go below na salon for sure say he don't do better thing. Now we don't contribute for damage. Then we get people them na Sierra Leone Wey because some of who they comot diaspora, they carry small thing go give them, then they broke the law for satisfy we. Sierra Leoneans have to get serious about Sierra Leone. But they say this word every day. Some of we now all we don't also who they can't go just now. If we are not serious for doing things correct in that country, Masibo get for reach in that country where all man go feel them. That's what we wish. But we create all them problems here for ourselves. All the problems we get today now man-made. Not to rain heavy, not to God in wish now we not below suicide for belows. Then the one way for make the plan and policy for implement, they know they do them. Because that 2,000, 5,000, $20,000 then they go give them, is saying about money. That's how cheap we are. That's how cheap we are. You then get parable. Then say, following a rich, you will a rich stone. We not a wish for the stone. So Lord, try take action. Lord, try take action. Yes, we can blame. We can blame from now till thy kingdom come. But if we not take action, it's going to get worse. We cannot keep blaming. We have to ask the right questions. Why is this happening? Who is responsible? I don't give you so in a summary. And I wish people then go take them in good faith. Let we see what kind of initiative we will get for begin contain this problem. Yes, flooding they be all over the world. But landslide they only be in areas like Freetown. We don't pull all the forest cover, the ironstone don't rotting. Now we don't form to brownstone and clay underneath. When rain come, it is sweep the brownstone. It can't meet any building way meet. It broke them. The dirty is SF, the brown dirty, because now clay they under, when the water don't soak through the brown dirty meets the clay, the weight of the brown dirty, they make the brown dirty slide on top of the clay. Now they cause all this landslide what they see. Not a rocket science. Now simple thing where I believe say anybody will do basic art science in a school up to university if we're able to understand this. And I try to make it as simple as possible and not use any big word. Because what I had explained to una so in art science it's nine and they call geomorphological processes. That's my area. That's my qualification. I'm a geographer and an environmental scientist. If when I hear me they talk history, na learn for myself. But the two are qualified for now they talk about so today. And I try to make it be in the most simple term let people understand. I stone they rotting. When stone rotting, now in the form soil. That's what they call soil. Now the stone where they underneath now in the rotting. But how the soil go be, it depend on the type stone where they underneath. That process where they make stone rotting, where you expose the stone to air, to water, and other things, now then called weathering. I know say anybody who do basic geography, he do something what they call weathering at senior secondary school. And that process now they are lucky for it also. Because some of you now learn anything and they will not know the effects. Weathering, over weathering, and rapid weathering, now they affect Freetown so. And right now, Freetown is a landslide prone disaster zone. Because this process don't go on from 2000 to now. Now count the number of years. So let's try find a solution now. Otherwise, if we allow this process to go on for the next 5 years, Mr. Shyllon, I go end for now, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jamboria. In fact, knowing what you mean about Freetown, let I just use Pademba Road as an example. If you come out Cotton Tree, you go towards a New Englandville, PWD, Campbell Street, West Street, then place them there. So you're right. You go find it for say there are a lot of houses. So you're right where they below the street level. For all the years where Freetown door exists, their houses and they even though then they below the street level. And even though Pademba Road, they almost directly below the hill, yet rain not be the camp where they go down that street there where they affect houses them below, within at the bottom part of the street, when they begin footpath, you say people in the work out there, you begin houses them. You begin all kind of things till a shop, carpentry shop, all in there, all the way till you right, till you reach West Street and beyond. Okay, now all that places ended in the flood. And so some of this mean that just comments out of observation, but Mr. Jamboria might be able to shed some light on it. I remember in the early years, in the 50s, when I was a little boy or a young man, where I didn't have Freetown, I used to live around, for people we don't know, I go Christchurch within a Pademba Road, where you come up from Secular Road. It's a church at the intersection of Pademba and West Street and Secular Road. You know, the continuation of Secular Road and West Street, where you pass Pademba Road. As a little boy, I be there West Street. You know, yes, we be get a little flooding. This was during the colonial days. But there were instances, but very rare, when, but we get then what you would call in America levees. Big gutters. Not to gutters, then we go able to jump, but now gutters, they will be wide. I think I don't mention that on one of our previous shows. Then. They call them Bobo Combo. And I be the street name and for them. Where people and they, you know, so when the water they come, the wetman and they make structures for direct the water them. So that Bobo Combo then levees and then they carry large quantity of water down to bay and into the sea. You know, but what's don't happen now in that West Street, all the areas and they flood. Now we see flooding they happen at Congo Cross. We see flooding they happen at Kisi Road, na Frobe Road. So it affect the city both eastern part or western part. So number one, I get a question from Mr. Jamboria. He might get a suggestion because I just give that background there because from me observation, the time I grew up in Freetown when I was very young, and then before I moved upline, I see where, like Mr. Jamboria say, the rain, we don't say we get two seasons, rain season and dry season. Rain season, it rain. Okay, and we know say rain be the kind heavy, but people were able to cope with the sea more damage now. So my question is, now we don't talk the causes, Mr. Jamboria. Can you please help we out for understand? And I hope the government officials, then this is where government come in. So this is not casting blame and not to one particular government, not necessarily even this government in power. Because you see, the whole thing about change of government and continuity. If a government put a particular infrastructure in place, a succeeding government not for inject politics into it. You know, for pull qualified people them where they handle infrastructural type of things them and put people them now that position we cannot help. Because we see them, the government and they do, I give you a good example, like banking. You know, commercial bank, local bank, them banks in there. These now banks the whole government gets shares in. So the government hardly ever try to put people in there, then they use that there for satisfy their political cronies. So instead of the government putting people in way qualified now them banks, and even if not political appointment, they just put them friends. People that want to know nothing about banking. People who just they forget and check every month. You see? So what do they do? They overburden the banks. And this is, you can see, even though it's a different discussion, but I also use that as an example. So too many square pegs in round holes. People are not being put, in fact, people are being misplaced and displaced by government after government where they pull qualified people them for unqualified people them through political appointments. And all them here get what we call cumulative effect. The effect and the small damage, small damage, small damage, small damage. The same example. After a while, it becomes big damage. So when you put in the main ministries there, everywhere, political appointees, political this, political that, you destroy the institutions in there, like banking institutions, like what you would talk about. So instead of things getting better, and all this book over the land, it's not like one is targeting the PhDs, but we get more PhDs than now. We get more master's degree holders than now. But look, we're saying that now we do the worst. We will get the bookman, So we don't know whether what happen because we don't get the best out of the people that would go land book or for improve the system. Plus, some people and they not to look beyond their own existence. They not to look and think generally in terms of society. And they not to look anything in terms of improving people. Even as we speak, I just mentioned earlier, Connaught Hospital, hopefully we will play a video. It's just nothing new. Connaught Hospital, wards are being flooded. We say hospital where you to go for well. These are places that Connaught exists for maybe 100 years. Yet, when they get flooding, now Connaught will not be the flood because we get sufficient gutters them. But now, the other thing, even the gutters them, people need to dirty into the gutters. So, then they say the block water, where they make the gutter them full, then kind of the water kind of straight. So, this goes beyond politics. Now, for everybody in good, because if you're not APC or you're not SLPP, you're the sick. I don't know if say the party within a power, the supporters they know they ever sick. I don't know if the supporters they know they ever hungry. I don't know if the supporters. So this is not the politics. This is not just basic governance and responsible governance. So these are some of the things then. So my question to Mr. Jamboria. In fact, now the video is being played on Connaught Hospital. This is not the ward. This is right in the buildings. Not for saying a street water this. So because we don't destroy all the thing over direct water then they into the sea. So with that said, let me go back to me able co-host for let me tell we waiting in things say now some of the steps government for take and with the say that so government go to listen, but we're not going to wait for tell them for take them. But with us, try to portray them and let people understand for say, a lot can be done. This is where I hold government responsible. People worldwide they tend for break laws. If you post speed limits in a street, you say no more than 35 miles an hour. People will drive 45, they will drive 55, they will drive 65. Now the enforcement of that speed limit the way you post now ain't gonna make it work for everybody. You see? So even when people and they go build house at the wrong place, government need for take their job very seriously. For make sure say if you build house now place, then when we say build house, we just get permit and that's it. Government for periodically, okay, now this country, what would they? Let's say you want to build a house. When you go get your permit, or now this state will be there. Because America is so varied, practices vary. So let's speak for the area we made in America. When you want to put a foundation, the inspector, they come, It tell you, say, okay, dig the foundation and not put anything there. Not put stone, not put cement. I get for can look and that foundation there for the whole way you want build, it for be maybe 2.5 feet deep. Okay, depending on the design of the house. Maybe 2.5 feet all around, maybe 3 feet all around, maybe more. If you go dig that foundation there, you begin put cement and rock the inspector not see them. You scrap all of that. Then make you pull everything, you start afresh. So when we talk about building house, then when you put that foundation there, the next thing after the foundation, inspector get for see them before you start that. And they get for monitor them as you do them. For safety, for you, for protect you against yourself, and for safety for the public and stranger the way kind of yours. But we just they make act like we say people in the billows na swamp, na Freetown. Some swampy area than they na Aberdeen. When we see people them go build pan body right near the water. If water, who can call and say water full up, breeze blow, somebody waiting inside that house there, it go drown. Why government they allow that for happen? I don't know. But now, many they say government for stop people, because people don't get for survive. If you want to stop people for live under that condition, you get for provide an alternative lifestyle for them. You can't drape them, say no build your pan body and that. Then you not provide an alternative for them. That will not be fair and that will be irresponsible of the government. But these are some of the things that we get for taking into account. So almost for then damage there, you will blame government and how much I think the government carries most of the blame. But that said, going back to Mr. Jamboria, I just want to ask, what do we do? What steps should government take to prevent some of the occurrences there? Back to you, sir.
Before we go to talking about what do we do, now we go back a little bit in history. Have we honestly had any government in Sierra Leone? That's the first question we Sierra Leoneans for big ask themselves. Because them problems here they see, it come up from the fact that we get a culture of not allowing governments, but allowing politicians to rule a country. When they talk about government, now be careful about the politicians where they lead a government, then the public or civil servants when a career government officers them. We did from the day where they employ them maybe to the time where they retire. If you see them pull them, pass to do something very adverse. Because when you join a public service in any country or a civil service in any country, it's like a career. You're there forever. If you know one for the day forever, at certain point, you get the option for retire or you ask for leave. Have we ever had government in Sierra Leone? And why they say government, they look at the administrative wing of government where they do the day-to-day business and execution of the policies of the state. You see, we therefore begin face certain truths. Maybe for a short period we've been get under Pamilton Magai. But since Pamilton passed away, where Albert take over, political interference in the administration of the country started. It grew under APC, Shaka Stevens. Today, the minister, if you know, even for sign a document, nobody know they sign them. Therefore, look at all them things here. And we therefore understand, see, too much of this is what is creating all of these problems. Because now, we get people who they pass through minister for go take land uphill, a billows day. Number how they employ, we know the technical and other implications. You not get much for say no billion. Self-sabotage now they do na Sierra Leone. We dey take knife for cut we own throat. That we Allah. Till Nakamo, then they kill me. Who that they kill you? Now they kill yourself. This process started in 2000 because I remember after I left Sierra Leone 1998. They build na the hills them, but not to like it is so now. I don't go Sierra Leone 3 or 4 times since then. What you see and what's in been there, not to the same thing. 1978-79, my geography dissertation why I do na Sierra Leone, University of Sierra Leone, Jala University College. Now on the land use in Freetown, western area. It was a statistical survey what I do. And I know the areas them where they mark out for build house. I know the areas where they mark out for build factory. I know the areas where they mark out for build amusement park, for build playing field and everything. Today, all of it has gone to blazes. Because nobody respects the law anymore. There is a plan for Freetown, but we don't destroy that plan. Even football field for them picking for play, not they again at Freetown. Ordinary football field. And every area, every community, then we make provision for that. We don't take knife, we cut we own throat. So how we go take this, heal this wound? Whoever is talking about land grabbing, not left, not to land grabbing they be. So you know they go grab land. It's an engineered thing about misuse of the land. We not they use the land, we they misuse the land. Because everybody want for say, I don't below up that hill. Especially most of us in the diaspora. The only solution to Freetown in crisis now, we can do take two approach. A temporary solution where then can do within the next 1 or 2 years for contain the water flow. And that has to be done by a proper engineering company. All those high people that don't build, then for do some kind of terracing. And that terrace forget a kind of strong wall, retention wall, then they make deep gutters where the water come, rather than it can straight down. It go through that place, it go into a channel, like them former streams like George Brook, that one we get now Kisi Brook. Let the water then channel them through them place then they. And people they don't go build. Now then catchment area down the water, Usai Kisi Brook be the flow first them, let them remove them they. That can be a temporary solution. Because anyhow it be, that solution cannot last forever. If we want to get a permanent solution, it will be very expensive because when you don't do that terracing, you get for dig tunnels. And digging tunnels under people, their houses and the road taken at the sea, now a very costly process. So now use the temporary solution for now. Then, and there is some people they talk about going to build a new city. We don't need a new city.
Yeah.
We don't need a new city.
At least not yet.
Change the population dynamics. Change the wish for people for left the rural area for go see them na the urban areas. How do you do that? create a comfortable rural environment where people can go willingly go back to. Mr. Shyllon, if you go to Sierra Leone now, then carry go, let's say like Boye Junction, you meet electricity there, you meet water supply there, you meet internet there. Boye Junction a flat place. So God, you go below they sit down there conveniently. True or false?
True.
If you go to a salon, you go, let's take a village like Koema. You meet electricity, you meet water supply, you meet internet. I like the road not get colder, but the road is usable. You able to sit down under conveniently. Because now then thing they bring people na the city. And the other thing is taking the people back to the rural environment. You dey assist the people then because a lot of people who don't go sit down free tongue. People get job. You cannot create jobs for people to go and sit in offices doing sweet nothing. At the end of the month, you pay them. You are wasting your time creating car washes for a few people because that will not take the bulk of the people that will need employment. 60% of Sierra Leone population, they below age 25. So if we want to engage that bulk, let we create a rural environment where will be attractive for make them go there, then go engage in agriculture. When people that don't left up like camp, and that off they can free tongue. Free human being get a right for get a decent life. If the basic minimum decent way then they look for, which is not even decent, na free tongue no more, they let all they go. Who like it or not. No law can stop them. No gun can stop them. Do population reversal by putting emphasis on rural development. The basic amenities in the rural area, organize the rural area, let them be prepared for agriculture. Then we go see if people are not left Freetown and the other cities go back to the rural areas. When people go back to the rural areas, then you have time to plan those cities. You have time even to look at houses that have been illegally constructed. You say, okay, well, they demolish this. You out and construct legally. You say, okay, now we don't want this house now. We go compensate you. We don't want to let bill us now. We don't want to let you do nothing now. Go find a flatter ground, build a house there. Then, after you don't take that process, it may take 5-10 years for do. After you don't take that length of process, come back and try for reforest the land, the hillside. Today we go plant for thick on the hillside. By tomorrow morning, that thick don't disappear because people landed there. It's only going to plant a tree without educating the people about the need for that tree for grow into a tree. You know the work. So that's the third side. Information given to the people. We have an environmental agency. We got Ministry of Housing and Lands or whatever they call them. These institutions should come together, then look at everything. We get disaster management agency. They all come together, look at something, get information then they give out to the people them in all the basic languages. Let the people then see the danger we involved. Rather than blaming the people, take responsibility for your irresponsibility, Mr. Government. Your responsibility is to come with those policies and safeguards that will keep people safe. If you have not done it and allowed a dysfunctional, asymmetric development on the hillside as it is, It's your responsibility to begin to find a solution now. There are several other solutions we can use, but this one are the basic that we believe say if we follow them now, we dey begin solve the problem. And the solution of the problem not overnight. It may take another 5 to 10 years because na problem we don dey from 2000 to now. 2000 to now, na 24 years. 24 years. You cannot solve a problem that has been growing in 24 years in 4 months, or not even 24 months. This brings back the other thing we have been talking at one time now. Yeah. It's high time Sierra Leone begin to look at a roadmap for development. We politicians and left for the dynamic can't do this. You know they do nothing. Because the basic fundamental things them for do, now not they do them. We not focus on projects them, we not get benefit for the people. Just look at what will benefit the people and what will be sustainable. We will produce wealth. Begin the wealth creation process. Let the people then begin take responsibility of their own development. And that we country need. Not on our airport and skyscrapers and whatever on the bill. Not even your Mercedes Maybach. Does not change anything for Sierra Leone. It's high time we get serious about Sierra Leone. I will stop on it for now, Mr. Shyllon.
Okay. Let me announce to our listeners them again. The lines are open. Please feel free to call. And so we'll get another topic. We don't have to run out of time and not touch that. The other thing we want to talk about now the recent town hall meeting with the President Boye gets now Bintumani, and we just want for touch on that and for just comment about some of the things then. So we go ask we control room for play a video of the town hall meeting, and then we will proceed for make we own comments and make suggestions and all of that. So with that said, let me ask the control room for play with a video of the president in town hall meeting.
We don't reduce. We continue with intervention. We reduce them to the minimum, but always then can see the way with the world interconnected today. We one they die, other thing they come up. I remember one time somebody they explained how they use Pampers for go high. That it actually gets me for go crazy because I don't see anybody of your mind. They say Pampers, you go, you boil them, you extract, and you poison yourself. You say you want to go high. Not so high you want to go. Now low you want to go. So, I beg, I happy say you don't raise Kush. Kush, they destroy. Kush not going to help you with your problem. There is help on the way. We they do all of this. Now forgive hope to the young people. For better know say, yes, other countries they don't go through this. Not to Kush be help them. Now for continue, for work hard. Make we help up our government. Make we grow the economy. May we feed with people then, and make all sectors they thrive. That way they go. You way don't go land. You way even if na vocational skill you get, then they go able to absorb you. You go get really and nothing. Take care of yourself and your people then.
Wow, thank you very much, Your Excellency. I want to move to public sector. Recently, you announced now you safe now na the Minister of Energy. You take over. One popular question now about EDSA and energy. Just for be clear, the lights will go just now, not to EDSA. So Lord not confuse that in a trip. But Your Excellency, one question where people ask, plenty that the plans the way you get for reform EDSA so that it go enhance the effectiveness and the efficiency? Then a question will come around a lot on this public sector. Why you not talk about that quick?
Thank you very much. Public sector management and how we go improve. Me famble them, public sector, civil servant, everybody included. Now, like we get motoka, the engine pass you and it work very well. Now it move. The public sector who they talk about, now like the engine. Plenty pauna like passenger there. Now me the driver. If that engine work well, we know they go fast. We go and buggy. We will go into map. So whatever you do, if you not fine-tune your engine when at the public sector, you not talk to them for medicine self-accept, say they have a role to play. And that role is so important for service delivery. We not go no side. So, ETSA, we all they talk about ETSA. I will come to ETSA, but may I start with we family then. Some of we the thief light. Some of we, they destroy transformers there. Each transformer, they cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. We they go buy a new for service and area, maybe 200-300 customers. With the left Sudan, one person go, he vandalize them in the name of politics. This, now only Salon Asiam. Nowhere in the world where individual they go destroy public property where they for community, where go serve you all. If you go right now, you destroy the transformer where they now, we all the day in blackout. This building included. That is what we have been doing to our own infrastructure in the name of politics, because we say we need to give bad name to the SLPP government. The kind way where they go, if we not stop there, then go like this whole time, then they go say, what do they do? So, family, before they come to ETSA, we all get responsibility. So Monday, I hope so not inside this hall, we say when I balance that cable, make the meter this so, when I balance the cable, it'll get light. You're not part of ETSA. The ETSA where they can't blame. It's true. So you know they pay for the light, but you get light. So if we have 1 million people that way able to bypass 1 million people they use light, government don't get for pay, and then because ETSA not get enough money because 1 million people they don't do that, then we begin get problems. Because for every unit of power we supply, there is a cost. So if, let's say 500,000 even, not pay and then they use them, then you know get enough money for buy share and for pay the one the way they provide the power. That's now one part of the problem. Then we come now to ETSA as an institution. Yes, we get what we call commercial. Now then for make sure say everybody when a consumer get meter and that he get power and that they measure that power there and collect the money and account for that money there so that we'll be able to pay where would they talk about car power. Now then since they use fear, then get machine there, then get people the way they work there, then get all that cost there, now in there inside that down there. And fear don't they go up all the time. So if we not pay them, then they cut off the light. If we all they pay, we all are good citizens there. We all pay with light bill. ETSA safe, they account for that one day. Then black no go there because we get enough energy for able to give everybody. But ETSA the young problem. One, they not able. Then safe get plenty people that will get yuki. Now then they help some people then for thief light. They're not able to account for all the power where, because what's in the happen is this car power owner see, then they generate. Then they give all to ETSA. They say, hey, now so units we don't give you now. So at the end of the month, now so amount we will not forgive you for this power. If somebody thief And if there's not work and they not collect, they're not going to be able to get that money there. We'll go 2-3 months, it'll run into millions of dollars. So ETSA says not effective. ETSA says some people then they, I'm not going to say not everybody, but some people then they, where money they fashion at their hand. And again, we get what they call technical losses. Then cable they are so way they. Now by sizes then they. And depending on the size, they carry a certain amount of power. If this one big and the other one where they take from and small, where this one carry with heavy power, the next thing, the other one they break down. So when I can see light they come on and they go off, then they call trip. And if the power where they come up and this one way big, if they go to the one that way to the one way small, it make plenty a game for a long time, it break. So power there, but you not get light because the connection there. So which make is difficult for solve the power problem because you get for make sure say you all the cable then they in line. All the cable. And that you be able to collect the amount of power we supply. But with all participation, with the inadequacies where ETSA get, in terms of their capacity for collect, in terms of their capacity for monitor. Now all of them things that I don't make, we don't become a nation where we encounter them problems then. So we have a part to play, and at the big we we be good citizens. All the countries that we would admire around the world. The only side who side progress there. Now we not the citizens. Actually play with our own part. Of course, it's difficult, but we'll go for land for do that. And at that are they ask for as at the push and reform the ETSA. Because with the work now, the MCC, when I hear about the money we don't get, most of that they go towards electricity. And after that, we get for make sure say ETSA with the reformer in such a way, and that process they on right now. And we don't call them Master Sabi people them. We don't do work plenty side around the world. They don't come look inside ETSA and they don't make recommendations there. And right now we act on that thing there. So I go ask you now for be patient small. When I go to get small blackout and there other things there. But when I say for the stop for the thief me light so that we all go get light.
I've been telling somebody saying that the past SF now they're in charge of energy and they assured and say big reforms in the camp and you will transform the sector. Your Excellency, brand new airports, Kenema Kailaon Road, Bandajuma Pujon, Hillside Bypass, number 2 Lomli Toke, plenty bridge them as well way under your government. You don't do so much in infrastructure. But not to one thing we talk about often, not to thing we can take credit for as a government in terms of roads, bridges we don't build, probably more than any other government, at least in the recent history of this country. One question we plenty people get, saying people from Mayamba, Puja, Matsu, Falaba, and many other areas, they want to do the road the way they build it, then bridge the way they build. Waiting are your commitment for let them finish them. All man say they want let the road done. So the big question on infrastructure, now your commitment for complete the road in this.
Thank you very much again. Where we come, I say, when I human capital development government, at the now then at the center of we thinking of everything what they do. And plenty when I don't say, luckily now when I self talk and say, anything we I talk, I did do them.
Talk and do.
That means say another surprise you and also. Well, now the minister don't make the me secret don't come on do. I be one for surprise with winner. Towards the end of my administration, make I tell when I say, now me na the infrastructure president. In addition to being human capital, the number of bridges that we don't build from where we take over 60 years ago, independence, no government not build ahead. In terms of the length of the roads that we don't build, no other government not want to do it. And we still the bill, and I want for assure all the communities, including the Matru, Bo, Benducha, to Boye Junction, and many other Pujehun, we continue and we go finish them one day because we development partners then don't know say we sober and what do they do? We build the roads then for connect communities then. In fact, because we don't do bridges then, we say ferries that we don't do, over 5 of them now, then they go on. And maybe early next year, we go finish them bridges then the World Bank, Tompare included, Seno included, Wajibu, that bridge we did included, Kailang, and we don't get 4 more. The World Bank don't say, you are serious, they don't give you 4 more bridges then. So, and then bridge then they, now, not to call votes at the table now. Let's talk about now. The other one, they be the bill call votes, they say in a bridge in the bill. And they talk about bridges, and when Rockberry Bridge, when I see them, the one where they use, now make a not broken more left and they. Down there na museum piece, man. Nobody not broke up. So maybe one for surprise you now. When they say human capital, we will calculate everything we don't do because infrastructure is the backbone of sustainable development. We get for link up with Falaba Road they go on. As we speak. Yes, we get for make sure say then say be part of Freetown. If they get wet, then they do a lot of agriculture yonder. They're able to take them goods and bring them can to Freetown, and able to go back. Same now, we don't go beyond Kailang, we don't go towards Koindu. So we can talk before I do, but this time here, I'll be say I did do them, then I will tell you later. But me wisdom come on I do, so make I begin explain. But I will still do more so that we know say because infrastructure not just a basic necessity for development, not to think way for boast about because we need them for make with people then be part inclusive in this process we'll call development.
Well, on a clap for His Excellency because that commitment is a huge one. Most people don't know say in terms of commitments to infrastructure, it unmatched in the history of this country. While he talk about human capital, he passionate about them, he still build the road. And for the family, we send all them question them from Wayamba, Pujan, all over, and people in Abond, including the road where they lead to His Excellency in your birthplace. The news is good. It will complete the road them, inshallah. Your Excellency, I want to move to the economy. This na one area we get plenty question. In the first few years of the government, you meet inflation from 19%, I think you reduce them to single digits, 9%. Since then, you confront some major headwinds. Global pandemic, the war in Ukraine, the Middle East crisis, plenty economic challenges where we feel us alone. Plenty people feel. Prices go up, the dollar rates been there effectively on a free fall. But you still manage to hold this economy together. You pay salaries, you don't stabilize the economy, reduce inflation from a high of over 50 to now within the 30s. I think the Minister of Finance there. People want to know, with all this stability and all that, waiting are your vision for truly improve the economy and improve people their life, for let people be prosperous? This is a big question we come a lot.
Thank you very much. Definitely. In fact, this is not the biggest question, because everything else we will talk about actually hinge on the economy. Waiting we don't do since we come, the show say, I've been promising us the efficient management of the economy. That would be the hallmark of me your administration. So before we know say corruption was endemic and unchecked in this country, before we come, the government will be there before, the APC, they were out of program with the IMF. IMF say we don't gain, so they go. Then come here. Then SSF declare austerity.
Allow me!
No, give me the mic. They know what you want to say.
Yes. Listen. I find your action rude and impolite. But you don't say it give you quick 30 seconds.
Mr. President, everybody don't ask question. All man they ask different, but nobody don't ask about agriculture. Mr. President, 5 years you don't rule we, which is fine, I appreciate you. Yes, 5 years you don't rule. And still, the agriculture sector is poor. For it right now, rest now 6 leons. What are you, the left free, Papa government?
Thank you very much. And now a citizen, you get right for talk to a leader. Besides, now woman, and we need give high place to women. The only thing is that an office say, my sister or my pikin be the listen. Because when we the camp and this, I make people that listen, so you understand what they do. You said the price of rice still the high. They get for high because the rest of they get now, like Chinese man they plant on Pakistan, Japan, they put on a ship, they pay for them. They can we charge. We not begin produce your own rest yet. I don't know who say be there. If you don't ask this question before I come, because if you don't begin eat rest before this president they come. The only difference is that this president they give this opportunity because we don't open up dialogue. But the same question, if you don't ask him, few years back, maybe nobody not going to even listen to you because agriculture not be the power agenda. We will say infrastructure, and we will not say the infrastructure. Waiting me don't say I they do for agriculture, and they make sure say it happen. The prices of food don't go up everywhere. Me not go put on down for you. Now that make we are not able to put on down for you. I say I they make sure say we government support everybody, so we will grow your own food. I know they even promise say next year the price they can down. But one thing we are going to promise is by 2028 when they left, Salon going to produce enough rice. There will be a quantum leap.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Sierra Leoneans. Me na Aja Maria Makuyate. The lady will not give full access na the scripted town hall meeting with the president. I want to tell everybody and well wishers they say are very well safe and are in a very safe space. So far, nothing not happen with me. I still alive and healthy. As you see na me hand, na me Sierra Leone passport, voter's ID card and national ID card will give me full access for go sa I go and say what I say and do what I do because na my rights as a patriotic citizen of this country. First of all, I want to put politics aside and wish well for this country. I can proudly say it openly that the Old Town Hall meeting was scripted, and I had to do what I did because of this country, and hundreds of Sierra Leoneans will not get that opportunity for do what I do. Thank you. Once again, I am Ajamaya Makuyate.
Mr. Shyllon, you are muted.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I will let Mr. Jamboria take a swipe at what we just listened to, and then I will give me your comments following what you get Mr. Jamboria get for say. But we'll get a whole lot for unpack now. Yeah. So let Mr. Jamboria. So back to you, sir.
What is the difference between a comic show and a comedy? You see, this whole thing is a comedy. It's laughable. Because when you listen to everything that has been said, it's a whole charade of disinformation, misinformation, hypocrisy, unethical standards, and the whole thing ends in one place. John Pamain Troep and John Rest. As my granny Fatmata Madina bin they say. You know Sabia Mr. Shyllon, but Fatmata Madina bin they go coin we be they go sell garade. One full mamio bin they come on sungo. John Pamain Troep and John Rest, 19 You know, on a very serious note, when the whole president goes sit down a public, they say, people and they go broke transformer. Even how sit down, if them broke the transformer, will go get blackout. You see, aware that things like transformer, high tension cable, if current they flow on them, they are untouchable. As a matter of fact, high tension cable, people don't even know why the pylon where they transmit them, then they build them very tall. Then they build them over 20 meters high. Then at a particular point, about 10 meters, I'm not sure. Then they put spikes them around and they put a symbol, they say, danger zone. Transformer, the kind of electricity where they flow through them, if power they pan them, nobody know they go broke them. So to blame people for the blackout, yes, it is wrong for do that. And we not even get verification say na thieves then go do that. If we have a government who 6 years down the line is still blaming the opponent, then it's possible they are doing it to blame the government, to blame the opposition. Because even this speaker we talk, videos then go out where they say na APC send them. But look at what happened at the hall. There were, I don't know if na bodyguards or whatever, trying to grab the mic from her. Then you see people then come around say stop to do this. Especially some women. They said no. Tell her to speak. And somebody even talk, they make a sound say, well, let her let talk. If Julius Madabio understands politics, it is a sure sign that your days are over. Begin to pack. He is now beginning to get the weight of what he created. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but I believe some of these things that are happening now are coming from the very party that is leading the SLPP. So let him mark in steps them. Or maybe you're aware of that. Naimek immediately after the so-called town hall, he ran away to France, say they go attend Olympics. Look at the man in Bele, he able to run 10 meters. What you got for do with Olympics? It's a comedy show. I hope they not go repeat them. Because everything that was said there is very unrealistic. Let me come now and take a very realistic look at the situation at Sierra Leone. One thing I have learned through life and my engagement in public institutions, crime and discontent is created by institutional inefficiency. If there is too much crime in a society, that means the government not efficient. If there is too much crime in a company, that means the management not efficient. And what's in the breed inefficiency in our institutions or in a country? Now, when people then put themselves over the institution, listen to him speak. It's all about me, I, me, I, me, I. I don't belong must bridge. Now, European Union and World Bank, they belong. Even the one there on Expo, my bill, now them belong. So now left for the blindfold the people and say, now we build this. These are projects that have been outlined since 1991 when the international community agreed to come back into Sierra Leone and begin to assist. As a matter of fact, some of them projects here, they don't pass in feasibility stage before in the takeover. Because every project gets stages where they go. We are left for the blindfold the ordinary people. Because at the end of the day, you not get any benefit where they bring to them, you not get any benefit where they bring to the people. The question in Sierra Leone is, why is it that corruption and crime hard for complete control? Why? Have we ever asked that question? When they talk about economic policies, this and that, have we ever looked at the income of the country? What is the real income in Sierra Leone? It's unfortunate Mr. Cabo not a part of this discussion. But when they talk about real income, they talk about what in the possible take go home considering inflation and other such economic factors. What is the real income in Sierra Leone? When people have to spend 500,000 per day, maybe on transport alone, and you pay them 1 million a month. If we mean to change Sierra Leone, first and foremost, we forget a roadmap, as I've been saying earlier, concerning the other topic. And that roadmap will include sustainable economic policies will ensure, say, the basic minimum wage where a Sierra Leonean they take home is able to get them in bread and butter needs. That is, paying your rent, get them food, paying transport for the month, make you able to buy Panadol when you hear that, make you do all the other half things them. You know they give them money for go drink omole, but pay the people a wage where they go able to live that basic respectful life. Then you are beginning to put corruption under control. But if you cannot do that, then stop talking about corruption because you are encouraging it by not paying living wages. I think you get 2 callers on the line.
Thank you. Hello, caller. Which name your name? Where you call from?
Good evening, Mr. Shyllon and Mr. Jamboria. This is for Mr. Vigate. Thank you very much, brothers.
Good evening.
Yes, thank you again, brothers, for the time one I can take. Consider unpaid and just they talk about salon issues. Thank you. You know, when it comes to the so-called town hall, and then you see the mediocrity of the same thing when they do every Tuesday. When at the sports where they don't they brag no more, they brag no more. Now the same person now come back. Like say, if you say they ask question, you know they ask question that way. They say, Mr. President, then we talk about infrastructure. You don't do this. You don't do this. That, you are not asking a question.
You
There
are
is
leading
reason
him.
this way they miss them because alone we don't politicize everything. Even for the thief cable them, they say na politics. No, I believe salon the thief cable them. Then they use cable for go make pots. That time they go make pot them. I they see the pot then they make for wholesale people and for find a living as usual. Who's how you know now saying this now politics? Who not telling us that politics now making the thief cable, even the thief farm. And as Mr. Jamboria say, if cable get power with run, they need thief farm because that time the way I talk in the thief cable, there was almost no electricity running through those cables. Now make them the thief them. So I don't understand why Salon we on issue. It could be all the time politics, all the time politics. Politics get them. When you don't pass, that's even then you for do some things them. When you go and talk, say I build this, I build this. Like when Mr. Jamboria talk, make this man tell me whose developmental project in that country when I government do up. No, even the free quality education, I can still remember the $600,000 will come towards the tail end of the last administration, 5 years. Now for mobile books and bags them or shoes them for picking them with the bribe. Now so now other people like how that money the government don't get penny. These two schools the way they build the one have sell Bilam, the other one Market school. They don't build no school. Yet they go and say, Doctor, I don't do this, I don't do this, I don't do this. All of those projects where they talk about, so those bridges that European Union build them and then don't start them before you come. All of the things they would happen. Make it show the roadway in line starter. Now you go secure money and they start them. Let it out because when you talk about say I don't do this, I don't do this. This is what you should do. Then you can't bring them take the thing then they when the people that critique you or the one they wish to be about the project them, then making an counter your submission. You know, how they go, how they miss it here completely. Now, where you go put, instead of count independent people, you go put somebody when a government they pay them, now you drop down for they talk, all day they brag, they can't put them before, you say, now they present it, now they ask questions. He was not asking questions. He was dealing up the way the man just they can't dance. Then if he talks, say, they don't put him in Snado now. Because the man when they talk ahead of you, now first way they brag past you, they can't talk. That's what we know about the information ministry because now then they talk to Salunga everything. We have done everything correct. The only thing the people are not grateful to government them. Because government they do all the things that people ask, but people are always complain, say this not this, that not day. So to me, I'm not surprised even that they do good day. We then go embarrass and go talk see rude. I mean, because at least one voice don't be different from all the other one. You see, those are people they select from party basis. They could represent you. So now you can just the clap. You come to talk about it. Tell them for level clap because not this it mean them. Anyway, I read the boss. I just say let me give contribution to boss that. No, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mustafa. Thank you. Hello,
No.
caller. You know your name. Where you call from?
Hello, yeah, Mr. Shyllon and Mr. Jallo Jamboria. Yeah, Mr. Shyllon and Mr. Jallo Jamboria. On a good evening. This is Abdul the Cosmo Mela.
Thank you, Abdul. Welcome.
Yeah, I just want to give me a submission on this topic. I want to go the one on the flooding and the mudslide.
Okay.
I can remember this problem don't start. In fact, Mr. John, not for 20 years ago. When we don't get flooding from them, and we all know because me born close to Sambagota, about 100 meters to Sambagota towards Brooks. I didn't born. I remember in the early 70s when we get to flooding, we all learn Ostende from the gutter, say Gandong to Brook Street. We all may get that flood in the early 70s. We all the Ostende and then that are which area they get. But you find out are they put on twofold, one on government and we serve the citizen. We don't react, we don't act, we actions, we don't lead to this climate thing we don't feel so. Government officials, especially at the land ministry, for the past 30 to 40 years, they collude with people for build them areas and they way have been protected areas. We now don't lead to waiting with the CISO. If you look now up for the college, first term, if you did a Pademba Road, you look up the Fabi College or you did a Campbell Street or Dundas Street, you go see a bush, you may see right up. But because of government inactivity and government have done collude in private individuals, all the land we need to Fabi College Botanical Garden come up to that side to Leicester Road area, all of the Botanical Garden, they cover it. All they don't clear them. Don't build hosting. Government land ministry officials them don't sell all they don't build hosting. I go Freetown 2 months ago. I passed along Congo Cross from Congo Cross Bridge to Congo Tong Bridge. I remember that place then I do we go find clay, dig clay at that Congo Cross Bridge and school can get school project on that and craft. But on both sides, the left and the right, from Congo Cross Bridge, till you go down to Congo Tong Bridge. All us they don't they right at the bank of the water. The bank of the water that was with it. Then I go up Hillcourt Road by Red Pump. Now the same problem self get. You know, say the Red Pump, the water, in the candle, the water. You see people that don't build unimaginable what you see. Now the same problem then St. John Bridge, the bridge na old railway line. Redon Bridge for kind Service Street Bridge. All you will see houses and because something and when they grow up the 70s, especially you know that you also not there at them bank there. But people because government they refuse for money so and broke them now their side and day. When they all waiting with the so you see because if government enforce the law, they will not foresee them wait with the so now the same problem then Kengetong again. You see Kengetong first time in the 70s, all the area then you see up bush. But you see some waterways there now. I'll go there and see the damages when water don't cause for people them where they build at the waterway. So government they scam and then they give them permits, them fictitious permits and nothing they know they do towards that. Now real time bomb 99 free on there because anybody can go. He goes to small land. He go get structure there. Now the same thing then at Hillcourt Road. Like Hillcourt Road Bridge, people and just don't build all kinds of structure then they. You not see non-bush again at that Hillcourt Road for go bus and Bangba na Hill Station. When people they don't see small land, they go put small structure there at the detriment of people the way they don't. So now the problem this way will get government inaction for enforce the law and the collision of government officials. Now go make the problem, it go worse past how it is so. I just say I'll make this submission and stop so far. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdul. We appreciate that.
Okay. I think you will mute
So
first.
again, I will yield to Mr. Jamboria. I get a lot for say, but because I get a lot for say, but I just don't want to get started because this is one time I want to let we try for stay within with 2 hour guideline. We are almost there. So like Mr. Jamboria and I'm a co-host, I will yield to making him comments. And if I get some time left, I will say what I want to say. If not, I will hold it over to next week. So, Mr. Jamboria, next to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. What in I want to say, from the time where I don't spend with VOS, there are Sierra Leoneans out in the diaspora we get the correct idea. And they appeal to them, let we come together and form an advocacy. Let we form an advocacy for civil country. We can form an advocacy, register it internationally, as long as we not put politics there. We will get institutions internationally for listen to we. We will put pressure for things to begin to be done properly in Sierra Leone. Because we cannot be coming here from day to day, they show crisis. God not swear we in a salon. We people them, they did a lot of things bad in the past, but we are not the worst of West Africans. Because there was a time, I've been a look and see sometimes, now slave trade where people and participate in this and that, but on a very rational plane. All the countries in coastal West Africa, they may take part in slave trade. Senegal took part, Guinea-Bissau took part, Guinea-Conakry took part, Sierra Leone took part, Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, etc., etc. But most of the coastal countries in West Africa, they make progress. Now we no more DBN. Ebo, what in do we? Ebo, if we look back from 1960 to now, Sierra Leone are the country who don't change the greatest number of heads of state. Some people can sit down blindly, they say na leadership problem. That's a leadership problem we get. Believe say we were not emotionally matured for independence when we got it. So if we don't get this awareness now, rather than we sit down, they complain about the problem all the time, or they talk what thing will create discontent, we know they help we. Let we find a way for get an advocacy movement. We say, all right, from now on, we serve now stakeholders in the affairs of Sierra Leone. This is how we want Sierra Leone to be run. This is what we want to know about how the running is being done, etc., etc. I think it will help we. This now an appeal what they make to people, especially those in the diaspora. That don't mean saying that they're normal. There are people in Sierra Leone also who are well-meaning, we can include, but we not for make them a political movement. You not for get anything for do with party politics. Before put Sierra Leone before. Now begin look at how we solve them crisis here. We seem for they repeat themselves day in, day out. If our governments are not they work effectively, let's find a way for get them for work effectively. If people and they do things willfully, let we find a way for stop the willful acts. But they lost them, the body lost them, not they work. And as time they go, now so the problem they become more serious and more bigger. Now this make it for say, because all the things that we don't discuss today, now crisis. World Town Hall meeting, that crisis. There was nothing productive about that meeting except it was a crisis. How do we end crisis? Or how do we move away from being crisis managers in Sierra Leone? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. And there are well-meaning Sierra Leoneans out there. Let we begin think of how we come together. Let we form an international advocacy pressure group. We will make sure, say, whatever is being done from now on is done in the interest of the people of Sierra Leone. And that's me for say as my final word for today, Mr. Shyllon.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Jamboria. As always, you always they make significant contribution, and they add to a level of understanding and education every time I believe when you come on Million Show and any of VOS shows. So I don't know if anybody who could say they not learn, they learn from you. I will just get a few things that I want to touch on because I don't want to spend too much time. I listened to the president in town hall meeting. I will just get some observations. Uh, I think I heard the president they talk say part of in big five, what meaning that be in agenda will be planned agriculture, because that lady talks say nobody know address agriculture. I think the president say agriculture not to be not to be part of in big five. I hope I'm not misrepresenting the
No, he said
president.
he addressed it. The lady not been the listen. He
Yeah,
said
but
he
I think he
addressed
also
it, but the lady
I
not
think
been
he
the
also
listen.
say, okay, all right, so that she was not listening. But then when we
Yeah.
begin to talk about bridges, the idea about bridges, so I begin to wonder because you see sometimes we use words then, but some if we get some understanding of the rest of the country other than Freetown. The
Yeah.
bridges them there were two types of bridges them where me think say some will make a difference in terms of the overall economy and the movement of people from one point to the other. And bridges that were replaced. There was a time in Kalaun district, because the president mentioned Boye Jallo, I say Kalaun district, Kenema district. Boye Jallo, they mentioned one bridge where they say then change. Then of course there was another bridge from Kenema to Hanga, where them can talk about the Hanga bridge or so, wanna be boat bridge. Yeah, those bridges we need replacement. I don't get no question about that. But still, Motokade made it, and then roads and then the motorable Motokade made it pass over the boat bridge them. I the time for distinguish that as opposed to bridges that were absolutely necessary in a certain location. Now that area we get ferries, like Male Ferry, like Manawa, Kalaun District Ferry, because they never get bridged in there. But those were areas where bridges were absolutely necessary because they were not replacing bridges. They need bridges for Motokadem for pass, Manoa, Nakalau district, and Male. So I don't know whether the president mean for address all the area that then ferries them. We need to replace bridge for replace them, and the existing bridges them will be when be wooden bridges them because then the boku. If you head towards Sanga, you get boat bridge. If you head towards Blama from Kenema, they were boat bridge, and Boajibo boat bridge them. So I do not know. I would have liked for the because you see when the president students away they talk and they refer to certain things, then people they need to forget an understanding of the country as a whole. That Freetown itself is not all Sierra Leone. There are a lot of activities going on in Sierra Leone. So now one of me think that now and then, sometimes when the president come away to talk to the nation, let will not base just on the experience of people in the Western area. We will not say that most of the people that live now, Freetown might have about 40% of the population of the whole country. I understand that. But sometimes it's good for us educate we as to the rest of the country how things are. But the area they want to mention, Southern Ferry, bridge they're not there, and people they need bridges. They even need more bridges than for replace the boat bridges them. So yes, infrastructure development, you forget roads because even if we talk about agriculture, you get for be able for find good roads way for bring the products from their areas and their agricultural area them to market, and that has to do with uh, the condition of the roads. Because there was a time when we grow up, if you left Kenema for drive go Freetown, it was a whole day. It was a 20-hour drive. I remember there was a time in Kenema for just go Tongafield or Panguma. These were within the range of 22 miles from Kenema town to Panguma. it would take you 2.5 to 3 hours to do 22 miles. So I remember those days. But now, so we talk about roads, or for talk about we not say for bring agricultural product to market. We need top class roads. Them all of that is necessary. But I want to let the president sometimes just elaborate on anything in there. And last but not least, the young lady who was being pulled here and there, I still not grasp the essence of the resistance where the woman was getting within the president in security apparatus or in handlers them, and I just could not understand why it was so necessary. And then I could not understand why the minister became aggressive and go on the offensive and for referring to the woman as rude. But that's all to the uh, in the eyes of the beholder, because she probably was talking loud because they were talking over her. So she has to, and then she became emotional for sure. So maybe that has something. And then the minister say, the president say, in 30 seconds. Well, there some other school of thought say the president never said that. And the minister just add that one day, but where he tell the woman say, the president say, he give you 30 seconds. So when you just set them in there up, for integrity's sake, there should be a certain standard of conduct among the president's young people. With them, some decorum with them say for maintain, not only the people with the call. So, we'll just say, you tell the person, say, on the one hand, you get the right to make a call and ask question. Then you want cut and short in a matter of seconds, and where you want to ask the question. What are they so scared about? The president, supposedly an experienced man, an educated man, he should be, now he called the meeting, he should be ready for answer questions that are posed to him. And then, when you begin gathering so much, it creates an atmosphere of suspicion. So now I make the woman say it was a staged town meeting. It was orchestrated for certain questions to be asked and certain questions. So I don't think when I forget that impression that the president young people them. So now me on criticism end of the setup. It was not well choreographed. It was not well set up, and you could see through the I would say I'm not going to say incompetence, but the lack of preparedness on the part of the president and staff. So with that said, I mean, like I say, I just have to skip, not for go too far above. We don't even pass the 2-hour mark. So let me thank everyone for listening. Let me thank the one that we call, the one that we send comments, because the people did send written comments, a lot of them about the housing and about the infrastructure. There are a lot of things to be said about them here, but so we can't always address all the issues, but like we say, we're topic now trending topics in Sierra Leone. So we know say what happened with the president in town hall meeting was trending. We know say the flooding is trending. So with that said, thank you very much. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you next week.